In the meantime, to Arizona tonight, a very close Senate race there as well. Also, the race for governor being watched by the nation. ABC's Whit Johnson in Arizona tonight.
Don't forget to vote.
In one of the country's most pivotal Senate races, tonight Democrat Mark Kelly, a former astronaut and combat pilot, is fighting to keep his seat in Arizona.
I expect to win this election, and we've worked really hard, and I feel I've earned the votes.
But polls showing his Republican opponent Blake Masters closing in, a political newcomer endorsed by former President Trump, who's been hammering Democrats on issues like crime, immigration, and the economy, while Phoenix is seeing the nation's highest inflation rate at 13%.
Look at what they've done to destroy our economy.
And in the race for governor, Republican and former TV news anchor Kari Lake taking on Arizona Secretary of State Katie Hobbs, a Democrat who made a name for herself defending the 2020 election results.
This race for governor isn't about Democrats or Republicans. It is about sanity over chaos.
But Lake with a slight edge in the polls. She's one of 199 Republican candidates running for statewide office or Congress who fully denied the legitimacy of the 2020 election. Another 61 have raised doubts about the results. And just last night, hours before polls opened, Lake was already casting doubt on the integrity of this election.
I'm worried about tomorrow. Who's worried about tomorrow? And these bastards back there don't want us talking about stolen elections.
Kari Lake, a Trump favorite and already considered a potential running mate in 2024. And on the eve of the midterm election, the former president putting the focus on himself, all but declaring he's running, with plans to make it official next Tuesday.
I'm going to be making a very big announcement on Tuesday, November 15th at Mar-a-Lago in Palm Beach, Florida.
And David, here in Arizona, this new MAGA movement with Kari Lake at the forefront will be put to the test tonight to see if they can beat Democrats in these tight races and turn this purple state red once again. David?
Whit Johnson tonight will be diving into what former President Trump said on our election night coverage as well. Somehow making headlines again. Whit, thanks to you. We'll see you shortly on our election coverage. In the meantime, let's get right over to the big boards. Rick Klein, Rachel Scott will be here with us and the whole team. And Rick, I just wanted to give folks at home who are watching tonight sort of an early viewer's guide to some signals that might say, well, this is the way the night might go.
David, it's going to be a late night. We're going to get some important signals very early in that night. The two battlegrounds that we've been covering and spending so much time talking about, both Pennsylvania and Georgia, they are relatively early poll closings. We're going to get a big indication early on in the night where it's going, even if we don't necessarily get final results for a couple more hours. And then looking at some key bellwethers. Up in New Hampshire, the Democrat Maggie Hassan trying to hold on. That would be a disaster for Democrats if she were to lose to her MAGA-aligned challenger. Then where are Democrats on offense? North Carolina, where Sherry Beasley has kept things a little bit closer than a lot of people expected for a Democrat. And Ohio, where Tim Ryan has run a very strong campaign against J.D. Vance. The question, is that just too red a state to overcome? But the Democrats actually have some chances to pick up a seat or two.
Again, very early in the night, we'll have our first data from all these states. And you're right. And Maggie Hassan in New Hampshire, if that ends up being a lot closer than we thought, that could be trouble for the Democrats we'll be watching. Thank you, Rick. Right over to Rachel Scott, who covers Congress. And you always give us the context, which we so appreciate. Any president who in the party in power in the White House faces a very difficult midterm election.
Exactly, David. And we did some homework to see how former presidents did in their first midterm election. So starting in 2010, you may remember former President Barack Obama. He called this a shellacking, 44% approval rating. Well, guess what? He lost 63 seats in the House. 2018, former President Donald Trump, 40% approval rating. He lost 40 seats in the House. President Biden not sitting too far from where former President Donald Trump was in 2018.
So we'll see what the numbers are. Again, they only need to gain 5 seats, the Republicans, to take control. Quickly, show us Virginia, because I know there's a district there, a couple districts that you're watching closely, which again could be real bellwethers for the rest of the night to see how Democrats or Republicans are doing.
David, I have my eyes on Abigail Spanberger's district near Washington, D.C., Elaine Luria's district, a member of the January 6th Select Committee. These are two Democrats who flipped these seats in 2018. President Biden won in both of these districts, and then 1 year later, the Republican governor Glenn Youngkin won here as well. This will give us an early indicator into how Republicans are doing. If they can flip both, they're off to a good start.
Yeah, if Glenn Youngkin wins there, it's going to be a challenge for these Democrats to hold on to those seats. Rachel, thank you. We'll see you just a short time from now. Of course, Rachel, Rick, Whit, Steve, Eva, the entire team will be here, and standing by just off to the side, John Carl, Cecilia Vega, Lindsay Davis, Martha Raddatz will all be here in our election headquarters. reporters, and all across the country live in the battlegrounds. Our live coverage all night long. We begin at 8 p.m. Eastern on the network. As those first results come in, we'll be here, right here to guide you through it. Expect the unexpected. There are always surprises. Rick Klein tells us that every single day here. Again, our live coverage right after World News Tonight. We'll see you for that shortly.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.